People of the world, I'm pretty sure this is weird. I think I may have messed something up here today. Can you see me, chat? Can you hear me? We're using a different stream key, and it didn't allow me the ability to go live, etc. So things are weird today on stream for technical reasons, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. Anyway, today on Marketing as a Foreign Language, TikTok responds to possible United States ban. We're not planning on going anywhere, apparently. Snapchat launches new campaign to highlight its potential for business. Google provides more ad transparency. Plans to phase out third-party cookies in Chrome. Pinterest tops social media stocks this year, but another name could be best long-term bet, according to CNBC. Zuckerberg was right. Ad boycotts won't hurt Facebook that much. Oh, technical glitches. Who doesn't love a technical glitch? Am I right? Hey, let's start. Oh my gosh, it says we're live now. Are we live? So much live, all the live. Oh my gosh, we are totally live. Unbelievable. Incredible. TikTok responds to possible US ban. We're not planning on going anywhere. Are we close to saying goodbye to TikTok? On Friday evening, speaking to the press pool, US President Donald Trump said that TikTok would soon be banned in the US, sparking an outpouring of emotional responses from the app's users and a major surge in downloads of alternate video apps. This speculation prompted a response from TikTok, with US General Manager posting this message. Oh my gosh. Should we watch it? We wouldn't dare watch it, would we? Quick question. Can you hear that, chat? Can you even hear that? Probably not. Okay, she's saying that we are so happy that you guys love us. Give us your money. TikTok additionally issued this official response, quote, these are the facts. 100 million Americans come to TikTok for entertainment and connection, especially during the pandemic. We've hired nearly 1,000 people to our U.S. team this year alone, and are proud to be hiring another 10,000 employees into great paying jobs across the U.S. Our $1 billion creator fund supports U.S. creators. Blah, 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 blah. Please don't shut us down. This is the line which, with TikTok's more recent push to underline its benefits to the U.S. economy at a time when jobs are shrinking due to the impacts of COVID-19, TikTok is looking to invest. It's looking to build, while most are doing the opposite. The U.S. government can't say no to that, right? Thank you, Esther. I didn't think you could hear it. But then again, the proposed ban is not about that. The Trump administration is either concerned about potential spying by the Chinese government, or it's looking to enact a form of punishment against China for the COVID-19 outbreak. So these are a couple of key notes worth highlighting in TikTok's statement. First off, as per TikTok itself, the platform currently sees around 100 million active users. Can you even believe it? That's a significant amount, but the figure that you more commonly see presented in relation to TikTok is total downloads. TikTok reached 2 billion total downloads earlier this year, but it's worth pointing out that total downloads and total users are a completely different thing. Blah, 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 blah. What is going to happen? Trump says TikTok is a big business. Yeah, I got to do my Trump impression. TikTok is a big business. Look, what happened with China with the virus, what they've done to this country and to the entire world is disgraceful. Out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 Trump impression. Trump said that banning TikTok was one of, quote, many options that he was considering to hit back at Beijing over what he perceives as a failure on its part to contain the virus, in which case it's not even about the company's Chinese government links, but, you know, I get it. I want to say that they were caught, like, taking clipboard information. So they just got different, there's like a different policy around privacy. But We've covered this in detail, so let's move on. Snapchat launches, in previous episodes that is, new campaign to highlight its potential for businesses. Oh, Snapchat wants your money. Snapchat wants your money. Snapchat has this week launched a new campaign to highlight the potential of its platform for business promotions, which features a range of high-profile ad executives commenting on their experiences and connecting with audiences through the app. Oh, great. The campaign includes endorsements from Blake Stuchin, the Vice President of Digital Development at the NFL, Sadira Furlow, the VP of Marketing at Frito-Lay, and Maria Malenkova of Starling Bank. Do you see a pattern here? If you're a Fortune 500 company, you like Snapchat. Small business, maybe not so much. Who each discuss the benefit of using Snap to connect with the next generation of media consumers, or the Snapchat generation, as Snap has labeled them. The campaign has also has its own mini site, which includes more endorsements. Okay, great. It's a giant ad. Why should I care? Quote, it's no longer about engagement, Charles Swede writes. It's actually about interaction. Indeed, the main push of the campaign is hyper engagement. In case you guys aren't feeling engaged enough. Do you want to get hyper engaged, guys? Who wants to get hyper engaged with me? Indeed, the main push of the campaign is hyper engagement, with friends using Snap to reshare valuable information with their close friends. I feel so engaged right now. Every time we get together, chat, I feel so engaged. That includes promotional material, which has been constructed in alignment with Snap usage. In essence, the campaign, through various case studies, shows how brands that take the time to understand and build promotions that link into Snap user behaviors can build more magnetic, resonant campaigns, which see high sharing potential through word of mouth. Buzzword. I would say I'm already hyper engaged with you, writes my wife in chat. Thank you, Lanesia. You are, in fact, very hyper engaged with me. Of course, that'll be different for every brand, and taking the time to get that level of in-depth understanding of the platform does require a level of investment. I'm so bored. The app is growing now up to 238 million daily active users. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the summary of this website. Snapchat launches ad, and we're talking about ad. Ugh, boring. Google provides more ad transparency, plans to phase out third-party cookies in Chrome. Oh my gosh. Third-party cookies. Hit that like button. You know you want to. 3 likes. That's good. Google has announced that it will include more detail within its Why This Ad transparency listing. Hooray. Now we can all sleep at night knowing that Google is going to give us more details on the Why This Ad transparency listing. While it's also planning to phase out third-party cookies in Chrome as it works to improve its data protection measures. This, of course, is coming on the heels of Twitter being hacked by a 17-year-old mastermind. Dude's like, I have access to handles. And people are like, yeah, I'll pay for that. End of mastermind. First off, on its ad-specific listings on every Google ad, users are able to tap on an icon within the ad to get more context as to who the advertiser is and why the ad has been shown to them. Okay, fine. Fine. I actually like that. I know. It's crazy. We should know who's advertising to us. I think Google's trying to get a jump on Facebook getting absolutely decimated in Congress. Esther writes, does the average person need to be concerned? How would I ever go about protecting my info? Impossible, Esther. You can't do it. You can't do it. You could use a VPN, although that would be a conversation to have with an IT person. You can use incognito windows. There's a number of things you can do. I gave up a long time ago. I'm going to be real with you, Esther Sass. I gave up a long time ago. They know everything about me. There was a story about some dude who went to Target who was furious that they kept sending his daughter pregnancy-related things. Like, why are you sending my daughter pictures of diapers and ads for diapers? And they were like, sir, please don't be crazy. And then he later finds out that his daughter is pregnant. Target had it right. He had it wrong. So yeah, I gave up. Here's an example in a search ad. Tap on the drop down arrow alongside the top URL and you'll see the why this ad button. What? Here's an example of a search ad. Tap on the drop down arrow. Oh, we're doing this. Internet marketing Las Vegas. Who would possibly be advertising here? Nobody. Let's look for get a car quote Las Vegas. Am I right? Oh my gosh. See that little arrow? Boom. Why this ad? USAutoInsuranceNow.com. This ad is based on your current search terms. I can report this ad. Oh my gosh. Show ads from USAutoInsuranceNow.com. There's ad settings. Oh my gosh. Ad personalization. Google makes your ads more useful on Google services. Ad personalization is on. I turned it off. Turn off personalization. When you turn off ad personalization, you'll still see ads. You'll no longer be able to turn off ads from specific advertisers. Any advertiser or interest you've turned off won't be saved. Fine, I'll keep on. Geez. How your ads are personalized. No way. Look at this. This is what they think I am. They think I'm a 35 to 44-year-old male. Oh, they're right about that. Apparel? Blues? What? I don't like blues. Can you click into these things? Male. You added this to your Google account. That's funny. Why is blues here? Google estimates this interest based on your activity on Google searches. Well, that's wrong. Blues? Business services? Yeah, that's true. Casual games. Cats? I hate... Okay. Sorry, people. I'm not a big fan of cats. I was going to say something egregious about cats. I don't like cats, but it thinks I like cats. Comedy films? Sure. Country music? What? They have got me all wrong. Greeting cards? What planet does Google think I'm on? Horror films? No. Gross. Marital status? Married. How do you know that? Google estimates this demographic because your signed in activity on Google services is similar to people who've told Google they're in this category. Metal music. Wow. Well, it turns out Google has some preconceived notions about me. So anyway, if you guys want to check out what Google knows about you, just click on that little arrow right there. Boom. Why this ad? Progressive.com. Yeah, why this ad? Huh? Your current search term. Well, that's true. Well, that's weird. Anyway, now you know that. Google. Tap on that ad and you'll see more information. Yeah, we just did that. As per Google, over the next few months, we'll be making improvements to the experience with a new feature called About This Ad. Oh, good. Which will also show users the verified name of the advertiser behind the ad. About This Ad will initially be available for display ads purchased through Google Ads and Display and Video 360. I am already bored. Well, as you can see, you can click on that and get a sense of who they are. Also, apparently transparency is something that we care about. In 2020, Pinterest. Oh, we should have invested in Pinterest stock 2 months ago. All right, down 3.12%, but I can't stop looking at it. Oh, why in March? Why on March 18th did I not pull the trigger? Oh, sweet tripling of stockage. Pinterest tops social media stocks this year, but another name could be best long-term bet, according to CNBC, that is. Karis Lahif published this jewel today, I think. Oh my gosh, 22 minutes ago. There's an unexpected social media star this year. Pinterest has rallied 87% in 2020 easily, topping Facebook, Snap, and Twitter. The stock gained speed in recent days after UBS and Pivotal upgraded it to a buy after blowout earnings last Thursday. Ari Wald, head of technical analysis at Oppenheimer, said Pinterest's momentum rally should provide more gains as part of a broader move higher for social stocks. We're bullish on that industry broadly, social media, or I should say really technology. Wald said on Tuesday on CNBC's Trading Nation, we think we are in a technology-led secular bull market. Oh, goodness. A technology-led secular bull market? Who doesn't love that? Wald is sticking with the largest of the group, Facebook, to ride the wave higher. were bullish on the name. He said the stock broke above 2-year resistance dating back to 2018 in recent months. The range that the stock had been in prior 2 years helped what was previously overbought excesses to recede. I don't understand any of what he's saying, but I do want to look at the pretty chart. Facebook stock 250. Oh my gosh, jumparoo. Look at that. A little Jumpinski. Year to date, Facebook is up. Why did we not all just buy a ton of stock? Did anyone buy stock in March? Kudos to you. All right, look at that. Just refuses to die. Facebook refuses to die. How about the old Twitter? Twitter, not so much. Twitter, not so much. Look at that. People aren't loving the Twitter like they're loving the Facebook. So there you go. Pinterest is a big deal. You should consider it. Zuckerberg was right. Ad boycotts won't hurt Facebook that much, according to Megan Graham. Again, CNBC. Look at him. There he is. There he is in all of his stunning glory. It is Mark Zuckerberg. Major corporations, including Coca-Cola, Smucker Company, Diageo, Mars, HP, CVS Health, and Verizon, will continue pausing their ads on Facebook after the official end of a major advertiser boycott of the platform. Advertisers announced various degrees of pauses to their social media advertising budgets in June after a campaign called #StopHateForProfit called on advertisers to boycott Facebook for the month of July. Some companies said they'd only pause ads on Facebook for July. Others said they'd do it through the end of the year. Huge difference there. And others extended the pause to other social media companies like Twitter and Alphabet's YouTube. All in all, more than 1,000 groups and companies took part in the boycott with the goal to pressure Facebook into taking more stringent steps to stop the spread of hate speech and misinformation on the platform. What are your thoughts, chat? What should Facebook do to prevent the spread of hate speech? Though the movement may have hit Facebook reputation-wise, there doesn't appear to have been much of an impact on revenue. Okay, well, they did manage to get the story out. Wedbush analysts said in a research note last week that they expected, quote, minimal financial impact from brand boycotts. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear the words that I am putting out into the universe right now? Facebook is massive. It is hard to even attack them. Here we have this systemic sort of, what's the word to describe it? Concerted, cumulative community, that's alliteration, effort to punch back and, quote, minimal financial impact from brand boycotts. That's got to be frustrating, right? Writing that given the duration of announced boycotts, the firm expected roughly 100 million of, quote, near-term brand revenue is at risk, representing less than 1% of year-over-year growth. You know what I mean? It's like it's flicking dust at a giant. In its second quarter earnings report last week, Facebook listed the boycotts from major advertisers as a factor that would negatively impact its revenue this quarter. Yet the company said its year-over-year ad revenue growth rate in the first 3 weeks of July were in line with its second quarter year-over-year ad revenue growth of 10%. You got to realize that Facebook is just a website. It's just a website, right? So yes, it costs some money to have a gigantic website like that, but compared to the amount of revenue they're generating, forget it. Yeah. In short, Facebook signaled to investors that the boycotts won't be a huge hit and ad revenue will continue to grow despite the boycotts. Yep. According to marketing analytics platform Pathmatics, the top U.S. 100 advertisers on the Facebook platform in July 2020 spent a combined $338.2 million. The top U.S. 100 advertisers on the Facebook's platform in July. So that's over $10 million a day. While the top U.S. 100 advertisers in July 2019 spent $389 million, though it should be noted many marketing budgets have also been slashed amid the pandemic. but Facebook is increasingly less reliant on big spenders as its advertiser base grows. Last week, the company said its top 100 advertisers, that $10 million a day number, represented 16% of its $18.3 billion in total ad revenue in the second quarter. It's nothing. It's nothing. They're a behemoth. A gigantic behemoth. The company now says it has more than 9 million advertisers on its platform, mostly small businesses. Yeah. Yep. And what are you supposed to do as a small business? Are you supposed to get 80% of other small businesses to stop running Facebook ads? That would be a heavy lift. A Facebook spokesperson said the company doesn't supply data to Pathmatics, and the firm's estimates are, quote, very limited. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg didn't seem too perturbed by the boycott when speaking with employees in June, saying his guess is that all these advertisers will be back on the platform soon enough. Sounds like a drug dealer. Does that not totally sound like what a drug dealer would say? He's like, I'm not worried about it. They'll be back. I'm rich. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like unfazed. And like, I don't know. The crux of the issue, obviously, is that they're trying to get them to stop hate speech. So I think the better question here is, what is Facebook actually doing? And what are their real thoughts on it? Where do they draw the line? You know? So it's crazy that like they're the ones that are going to be determining what is hate speech and what isn't. Ultimately, they like, as a society, we've said, okay, Facebook, you choose. And then there are obviously a lot of people who are really upset with it. But here's the thing. We're voting with our dollars, right? The Stop Hate for Profit campaign, in an email to supporters last week, said the success of its campaign was, quote, unmistakable, and that it, quote, forced Facebook to make a series of concessions to longstanding demands of civil rights organizations, such as the creation of a senior role to oversee civil rights and a dedicated team to study algorithmic bias. Well, there you go. Maybe, could it possibly be a win-win? So if the Stop Hate for Profit folks are saying there was an unmistakable success and that now there's this role that's looking at algorithmic bias, and they're, you know, Facebook has infinite money, so them paying for a senior role to oversee civil rights is no skin off their back. So that's something. But they said they still want to see more from the company. Of course they do. To be clear, Zuckerberg has not yet approached the type of meaningful action that we want to see. They wrote, the issue is not that Facebook just lags competitors in working systemically to address hate and bigotry on their platform. To use a favorite term of Facebook's leadership, Facebook's attitude towards seriously addressing how the algorithm pushes hate, violent conspiracy theories, and disinformation is transparently inauthentic. So Facebook is asked to be the police of the internet. Will they do a good job? Probably not. All right. TikTok responds to possible U.S. ban. They're going to fight back. They're going to say, hey, you know what? We're great for the economy. How dare you? We will fight you. And ultimately, I bet they're just trying to delay until November, right? They just want to see what's going to happen with the election. Obviously, Trump is leading the charge on this particular ban. If you are a TikTok user, I don't think you really care. I think you're more in line with, you know, just leave my platform alone. I don't care what government owns it. Just figure it out. Just don't take away my followers, which, you know, if I'm 15, I would agree with. So is there a potential issue with a foreign government having loads of data about citizens across the world? Maybe. China bans all our stuff. I mean, China does not, allow Facebook. They don't allow, I want to say, YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's not like they haven't banned our stuff either. But that being said, I don't know if that is the way we want to have a globalized society. Am I right? Just banning each other's information. That is probably not the best move. Snapchat launches new campaign to highlight its potential for businesses. Oh, great. Snapchat had an ad. No one cares. Google, ad transparency, as we learned. Apparently, I'm into blues music and I like country music, and Google doesn't have really the pulse on me that I thought they did. So shame on you, Google. If you want to see why ads are being shown to you, click that little triangle. Boom, you've got that information. Pinterest stock. Why, oh why, in March did we all not just buy Pinterest stock to triple our money? What were we thinking? Nobody knows. But that happened. And last but not least, Facebook ad boycotts. They're too big. They're too big. The boycotts had an effect, I would argue. Probably not a huge one based on what I'm seeing here. They added a role, which is whatever for Facebook, and they're looking at algorithmic bias. We get it. But they largely just want to be left alone, and I think they largely have been left alone. No one is bringing down the hammer, so to speak. And a lot of people chose not to spend a lot of money, just to barely have this effect on the company that will give you a sense of just how big they are. It's Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow and Thursday, but I will be out Friday. Just a heads up on that. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the chattage, and I will see you all tomorrow. Guess what time? You guessed it. 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.